Hello guys and welcome to Salesforce Drillers. In our previous video we have seen the basic introduction for Kubernetes, that what is Kubernetes, and we have also discussed the architecture in brief. So if you guys want to know about the Kubernetes and its architecture and how they communicate the master server, so please refer to the previous video. In this video let us see how we can set up the Kubernetes cluster on our cloud provider. So I'm having my cloud provider on as AWS. So I will be using the Ubuntu AMI, that is Ubuntu 16 AMI, for setting up the Kubernetes cluster. So for setting up the cluster, there are some prerequisites that first of all I should have an AWS CLI configured, so that with the help of the user or with the help of the configured user, the Kubernetes should be able to access the policies, or I can say the permissions for creating the clusters. Permissions like EC2, VPC, and ROT 53, all these permissions. And so I will be giving the admin permissions so that Kubernetes should pick up the permissions by its own. So as we can see in the documentation, it is given how to set up clusters using KOps on AWS EC2, and all the steps are given very nicely and briefly in the website along with the proper screenshots and commands. So let us proceed further and let us have a look how we can set up the cluster on our cloud provider on our EC2 on Ubuntu 16. So as I told you that we should have installed AWS CLI. So how to install AWS CLI and what is AWS? So please refer to the AWS series in the Salesforce Drillers. All the steps for the AWS and how we can configure user are mentioned there very nicely and briefly. So let us have a look. So this is my EC2 instance. So let us first of all let us update our EC2 instance by using sudo apt update. So as we can see, it is running. Now let us install AWS CLI. So the command is sudo apt-get install AWS CLI. So let us execute this command and visit the AWS section for knowing about AWS. So sudo apt install AWS CLI. I'll press Y. So till the AWS CLI is getting installed, let us see how we can create users. So for this, go to the IAM of your AWS account. Now what is IAM? Please refer to the AWS section in Salesforce Drillers. So this is our IAM dashboard. So go to users and click on add user. Now here provide the username. So I will be providing the username as admin, and I will be giving the programmatic access. Then for the permissions, I will be giving the admin access. So I click on the administrator access and then I click on next, and then I click on create user. So these are the access key and secret key of our created user, with the help of which we will be configuring the user. So let us come back to our server. Let us execute AWS configure. Now here I will enter my access key, and then I will enter my secret key, and then for the region is US East 1, that is North Virginia. The default output format is JSON. Okay, so our user is now configured. So let us now create an S3 bucket for storing our cluster configuration. So I will be creating the S3 bucket using the CLI, that is AWS S3 MB, that is make bucket S3 colon slash slash, and the bucket name. So let us keep our bucket name as Salesforce Drillers, Salesforce-Drillers -K8s, and press enter. So our bucket is now created, so as it is saying. So now let us check whether Docker is installed or not. So why do we need to install Docker? So that Kubernetes should be able to pull images from our repository. If the image is in the public repository, then no need to install Docker. But if the image is in private Docker repository, if I take example of production cases, so your repository should be private so that your Docker images should not be accessible by anyone. So in that case, your repository should be private. So we need to install Docker and we need to provide the credentials path to the kubectl to the Kubernetes, so that it should be able to pull our Docker images from the private repository. So for that, you have to execute a command, and that command is given here at the bottom of the Salesforce website document. If I scroll down, so here is this command. You have to execute this command. So I will be skipping this portion because I am having my image in a public repository. So let us have a look. So I will be using this image that we used in our Prometheus session. It is in our public repository. You guys can use it too for the demo purpose. Now, as we have installed Docker, now let us proceed and let us install KOps, that is Kubernetes operations. So let us copy this command from here. Let us paste it in our terminal. So these are the commands for installing KOps, that is Kubernetes operations. So all the cluster creation and deletion procedure will be covered by KOps, and all the deployment process will be handled by kubectl. kubectl is Kubernetes CLI. So for installing kubectl, as you can see, command is given here below. So let us copy the command from here. So as I told you, kubectl means that all the deployment processes will be handled by kubectl. Let us copy these commands from here. So to update, now let us install kubectl. So as we can see that it is installed. So yes, kubectl is now installed. Now let us proceed further. Let us now create our cluster. Before that, let us check whether the SSH key has been generated or not. So why do we need to create SSH key? So that we should be able to SSH to our master and the node servers of our Kubernetes cluster. With the help of this SSH key, we will be able to do SSH. So the command is given in the website. You can refer the website for the command, that is ssh-keygen. Now let us store these variables that says export KOps cluster name in our bash.rc. So from here, we will be calling these variables instead of the real name. So for example, as you can see, it is saying export KOps cluster name. So let us make our cluster name as salesforce dealers.kts.local. Then export KOps state store. So our S3 bucket name. So what was our S3 bucket name that we have created? Let us have a look. It was, I think, salesforce-drillers-kts. Let us confirm. So yes, it is salesforce-drillers-kts. So let us enter our bucket name. So let us now save the bash.rc and let us restart our bash.rc. This is the command for restarting the bash.rc. It is given in the documentation on Salesforce Drillers. So let us now proceed further and create our cluster, that is KOps create cluster. Now let us copy this command and paste it in the editor first. Now what this command is doing, this command is creating our cluster with our node count means one node server. So let us make it, instead of one, let us make it like 3. So what it will do, it will create 3 node servers. So let us make it 3. So as you can see, it is saying T2 micro. So I'm using T2 micro because it comes under free tier. But in case of production, do not use T2 micro. So let us copy this command from here. Let us paste it in our terminal. So let us press enter. KOps create cluster -- node count 3. So as we can see, the cluster creation process has started. Now let us give it a final finish by executing the command KOps update cluster -- name our cluster name space hyphen hyphen yes, that is over here. The command is given. So let us copy this command and paste it and execute it. Let us press enter. So as we can see, now after executing this command, our master and node servers will be up in our EC2 console. So let us see, the cluster is starting and it should be ready in few minutes. So let us have a look on the EC2 console. It will take near about 15 to 20 minutes for our cluster to be in up and in ready state. So as we can see, here this is our master one and these are our node servers. So let us wait till they get stable and in proper running state. So let me just pause my video for that time. So guys, as we can see that our servers are in running state. It almost took 15 to 20 minutes. So let us have a look. As we can see, they all are in running state. So let us hit back to our terminal. Let us clear the screen first. Now let us check that whether they are communicating with each other and whether the cluster is ready or not. So for this we have to execute a command that says kops validate cluster. So yes, as it is saying that the cluster salesforce dealers.ktest.local is ready. So guys, that is how we can create cluster using kops in EC2. So that is all about this video.